Welcome you all. In this session, we are going to discuss the function of 8255 IC Program Peripheral Interfacing IC. Outcome: after successful completion of the session, the student could able to explain the functions of 8255 Programmable Peripheral Interfacing IC. The parallel input-output port chip 8255 is also called as programmable peripheral input-output port. So it is a parallel input-output port chip. Intel 8255 are designed to use with Intel 8-bit and 16-bit processors. So 8085 and 8086. It has 24 input-output lines which may be individually programmed into two groups of 12 lines each or three groups of 8 lines each. The two groups of I/O pins are named as Group A and Group B control. Each of these two groups consists of subgroup of 8 I/O lines called as 8-bit port. Another subgroup of 4 lines are 4-bit port. Thus, group A consists of 8-bit port and a 4-bit port C. So once we go for the block diagram, it will be much understandable. So here comes the basic block diagram of 8255 Program Peripheral Interfacing IC. So initially we have data bus buffer. So here it is used to transfer the data between the processor and this IC. So the transmission of data takes place with the help of this data bus buffer. Next we have something called as read write control logic. So the read and write operation is performed. In addition to this, it provides the control signals to various blocks in this IC. So for all other blocks, the control signals are provided with the help of this read write control logic. Next, as I told already, there are two group of control, group A and group B control. So the group A controls port A, 8-bit. It is an 8-bit port A, and 4-bit port C, upper half. That is, you have three ports: port A, port B and port C. Port A is controlled by group A and port B is controlled by group B, whereas port C is splitted up into two half. Port C upper half is controlled by group A control and port C lower half is controlled by group B control. So on total you have two 8-bit ports and two 4-bit ports. So this is the basic block of 8255 Program Peripheral Interfacing IC. So the port A lines are identified by the symbol PA0 to PA7 and port C are identified as PC4 to PC7 similarly. This PC4 to PC7 means that is the upper half. Okay, so the lower half is under group B control. Group B consists of 8-bit port B containing lines PB0 to PB7 and 4-bit port C with lower bits of PC0 to PC3. The port C upper and port C lower can be used in combination as 8-bit port C. Both port C is assigned the same address. Thus, one may have either 3 8-bit I/O ports and 2 8-bit or 2 8-bit and 2 4-bit I/O ports. All of these ports can function independently either as input or output ports. This can be achieved by programming the bits of internal register of 8255 called as control world register. The 8-bit data bus buffer is controlled by read-write control logic. The read-write control logic provides the control signal to all block. So read, write, A0, A1, reset are the inputs provided to the provided by the processor to this logic. So this is the pin diagram for 8255 IC. So here you can see port A, port B and port C. So you have 8-bit for data transmission. So the remaining pins are reset, read, write, ground, A0, A1 and control signal. So these are the pins. Thank you.